Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of the Grim Gazette, issue 9. I am your host, T. Morris. I am also known as Twitch Dad. I'm also known as the T Monster. I am also one of the founders of Old Spirits Investigations. We are coming up on our 3rd year as a paranormal team, myself and Phil Rossi. And this is the part where I do a really, really deep dive into something paranormal. Usually I ask people from the audience if they've got a clip, if they've got something they want me to look at, an extended clip, not necessarily a TikTok or a YouTube, but something like a good meaty five minute segment. That's when I do the deep dive here. Now, you can do that by either leaving something in the comments for me. You can go on ahead, put that in the comments, and I'm not here to dish on anybody. What I'm here to do is to give an analytical look, like a critical eye on what is happening in that clip and to try to determine how legit is it. Now, before I do that, but before we get into the deep dive, I did want to share something with you that happened to me this weekend. So you've heard me talk about Annaberg. Now, I was improperly referring to it as Annaberg Manor, but it is apparently not a manor. But this is Annaberg right here. This is the place that we are going to be investigating in September. It has never been investigated. And we're going to be investigating this place. And if you want to get a closer look at it, give me a second and I will pull up another photograph of it. Again, this is Annaberg. And I cannot wait to get in here. And we were at this place this weekend. So it turns out a friend of the stream, a friend of Old Spirits, lovely paranormal investigator by the name of Alex Mitsuo. You've seen me talk about her stuff in season 1. She has her own YouTube channel. It's called The Spooky Stuff. And if you haven't visited it, you should. It's a great channel. Terrific stuff. She has quite the background. She has quite an amazing background, Alex does. And Alex is getting into writing, but she's not necessarily doing fiction writing. She's doing nonfiction writing. She's been doing a lot of paranormal titles. And she's actually doing a paranormal title for Northern Virginia. She's doing the Ghosts of Northern Virginia. And the publisher encouraged her to find properties that didn't necessarily have stories, but they had paranormal activity about it, documented investigations and things like that. And she talked to Phil for a bit. Phil told her about TWA, told her about some of the places around his area, in particular Balls Bluff. If you recall, the Northern Virginia Roundup from season 2 of Old Spirits, that was a lot of stuff that Phil touched. And we said, we can take you to some different places, nearby us. And we took Alex and her husband, Chris, to Annaberg. Well, here's a funny thing. So we had, and I'm gonna sit on that stuff because a lot of the stuff that we did, which was like a preliminary of a preliminary, I'm saving that for the YouTube members. You're going to get some exclusive stuff that is not necessarily going to see its way on the public facing Old Spirits. This is for members only. But some of the stuff we were getting on Seer was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, and also a bit gut wrenching. So the thing about this house that you need to know is that this house once belonged to a brewer, and this was his summer home. Well, after his family kind of let it start to, go into disarray, I don't know if they sold it to the county or if they sold it to a private purveyor, but it briefly became a geriatric ward. It became a geriatric home, and the thing about it was that it actually has, if you look at Annaberg now, and you'll see it when we do the live investigation, there are these places that look like it has been like you know, stoned up, if you will. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's been sealed. And it's because they actually built wings that extended from the main house that you saw earlier. So there was this house, but it had these wings that went off of it. And they kind of built these wings from the late 60s around this beautiful architecture of the late 1800s. And it clashed. Well, now the geriatric facility is now behind Annaberg. It's its own thing, and this building was in danger of being torn down. It is now being preserved, and people are taking care of it, and it's going to be opening to the public. As far as I know, it's planned to be opening to the public this summer. So I'm really excited that OSI is going to be the first team to actually go in there and do paranormal investigation. This is like a proving ground. This is going to be wild. But that's not the story I necessarily wanted to tell you. Let me go back to the other picture so I can set the scene. So basically what happened was, so Alex set up their laptop here, and I put my Mel meter, I reached through the bars, put the Mel meter on the courtyard. I had a camera filming off to the right, and then I had my H4n. So I had Sonic. That's what I'm calling my H4n, Sonic. So I took Sonic and I set him off on the side of the court of the little, because this, as you can see, it's got like a little courtyard. A little courtyard here. And I put Sonic right here. You can see where my mouse is. Actually, derp, I can zoom in and show you. All right, so there's, yeah. I put Simon right about here. I just set him there on the stone so he could just have his own little, stand apart. And what you don't see is that this is actually in the middle of a roundabout. So, you can walk up and there's not brush or anything there. But that was where Sonic was left. And there's a reason why I put it that way, left. We had a great outing. We'd taken Alex and Chris to a bunch of different places. This one, Annaberg, made quite an impression on Alex. And we took him to someplace, get some good barbecue. We talked a little bit about the place that was across from the barbecue place, which is the Candy Factory. You all know about our history of the Candy Factory. So we brought Alex up to speed, gave her some episodes to look at, that kind of thing. Had a great night. We watched a couple episodes of Viva La Dirt League D&D. We were exhausted. We go upstairs, we go to bed. At 4 a.m., chat, at 4 a.m., I bolt upright. And I said, oh my God. And I said it and had bolted upright loud enough that it woke up Pip. And Pip's like, what's going on? And I said, I think I left my H4n at Annaberg. So I go downstairs, I go to my go bag, I zip it up and rummage through. And I'm like, oh, it's still at the property. And so I'm putting on, and it had been a cold night, so I was already wearing socks. I'm just going to get some shoes. And Pip's like, hang on. So she throws some pants on. We throw a couple of coats on. And we go back to Annaberg under a full moon at 4 a.m. in the morning. And this is the picture that I want to show you, everybody. This is taken. Now, there's nothing supernatural in this picture. We looked. We've looked in these. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that we say there's nothing paranormal in these windows, okay? I'm just going to come out and say it. We're going to zoom in on these windows just so that we can get that out. This is a reflection from inside the car. You'll notice there's nothing in this window. Nothing in this window. And this is the dash. Okay, that's the dash of the car. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the only reason it looks this bright, the camera that Pip used to take this picture, the camera was being very forgiving, but it was a full moon that night. It was a full moon that night. But what I want you to notice is the H4n that's still sitting here. Let me zoom in on this puppy even more. So for those of you who know an H4n, this red light on the right side is the record button. And it was still going. And when I picked it up, and it was 4:30 in the morning. And it is pitch black with the exception of the lights that were on the back of the geriatric facility, which you see in the background. And then there's Annenberg, no lights on it or in it whatsoever. And it's just looming in the darkness. And you think it looks really beautiful here. You think it looks really beautiful here. At night, that is imposing. But this thing, this H4n, I'd started recording on it at roughly 4:30 in the afternoon. 12 hours later, and with fresh batteries, that thing is still recording. And it's got a full battery charge on it. I had over 12 hours of audio to listen to. Yeah. 12 hours. And Aurelius, I know you'll be able to appreciate this since I know you're also a fan of Paranormal Quest. This is the Uber abandonment. I inadvertently left my H4 at Annenberg for 12 hours. And you bet I'm going to listen to every minute of that audio for anything. But the fact that it was still there after 12 hours, the fact that it was still recording, the fact that the battery level hadn't dropped at all. Yeah, I know. I felt awful, but wow. And yeah, that was what Annenberg looked like, or that was what the corner of Annenberg looked like at 4 a.m. But the recorder's fine. Everything's good. I was just amazed that yeah. I'm still amazed that it recorded without fail. So I will be. In fact, you can rest assured. I'm going to be listening to it in small chunks, but I will take at least 1 hour. At least 1 hour, maybe half an hour on the stream, and just spend maybe half an hour, because I think an hour would be too long to do on a stream. But yeah, a half an hour, we'll just listen to whatever it's. I mean, it could be just innocuous. It could just be, cars going by and stuff like that. But you never know. You never know. And I'm telling you, Annenberg's got a vibe. I cannot wait to get in there. I'm so looking forward to it. Okay. I wanted to make sure I shared you that with, and here's the other thing. Here's the other reason why I really want to get into that audio. The one time that I actually did leave something recording, and I honestly did not do it on purpose. I just totally forgot. I thought I had turned off the recorder, but I left Jenny, which is one of our H2s, which is one of the smaller Zoom recorders. I left that recording, and I realized, oh wow, I've got like 4 hours of audio here. So I did what I normally do. I listened to it, and and it was a little. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It was interesting. It was very interesting because this was the audio of people who didn't realize they were being recorded. And by the way, thank you, Arelis. Yeah, that's a thing with us. That's a thing with us. We're like, okay, we're just gonna name our devices. Okay. And I like I said, I left it running during a public event. And there were people coming in and going out, because it was where everybody was keeping their stuff and equipment. It was like a catch-all for equipment. But as it's recording, it picked up a scream from the woods. And in the 4 hours that I had recorded, that scream only happened once. Now, I wanted to say it was maybe a fox. It could have been a fox, could have been a wild animal of some kind. But the problem I have with the wild animal excuse is that in a span of 3 to 4 hours, that scream happened only once. If it had been a wild animal, it would have happened more than once. The way I understand how wild animals behave. So I am not 100% convinced that it was a fox, or it was a chipmunk or anything like that. I mean, I really think it it also had a specific quality to it. And and in our investigation, we had deduced that where we were was not only a plantation. I know what chipmunk screamed. I was searching for something that was native to to the city of Richmond, and it was the only thing that came to mind was chipmunks. I'm sorry. Really big chipmunks, if you must know secondhand. We do have foxes. I will say that we do have foxes, but the fact that I caught that scream made me go, okay. And now I've got 12 hours to listen to. Be amazing if I caught something. Especially when the sun went down, you know? So we'll see how it goes. Okay. So let's talk about this clip that we're about to look at right now. Now, you might have already recognized the people that are currently out of focus, but they're going to eventually come into focus. On the left, that is Nick Groff. And what are they doing to get angry? Well, if it's a fox, it's going to go whoop, pow, pow, ring, ding, 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 ding. Is that could happen? Okay, so in this clip, on the right-hand side, you see Nick Groff. On the left-hand side, you see Katrina Weidman. This is Paranormal Lockdown. Paranormal Lockdown, Season 1, Episode 1, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. And for this clip, I am going to pause the music. Now, I found out about this clip from Katrina when she was on Ghosts and Grit with Jack Osborne, and they were talking about their investigation of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and that's when she brought up this incident at Trans-Allegheny with Nick Groff. This was her first visit. And they were talking about this shape that was caught on camera. Now, obviously they see it. And when we were watching it upstairs, Pip saw it. I couldn't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dim the lights a bit. And even take it one step further and take my bar light up here and point it upwards. So I'm in reduced lighting. I have as little glare on me as possible. I think I also need to take this off of. There we go. And now I'm going to see if I can see this this shape that Pip saw so quickly on our television upstairs. Okay, so here we go. Now, where apparently you're supposed to look Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Where we're supposed to look is around here, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, this is where you see it move. All right, here we go.
What? Hold on.
Where are you hearing it from, Rob?
What?
Oh, shit! Holy shit!
What's the matter?
Holy shit, I saw it. And it's crawling away. It's crawling away, right, hon? It's crawling away. Sweet crap on a cracker. Okay, I got to figure out how to zoom in because Bonnie, when you see it, it's cuss worthy. Holy Hannah in a handbasket. How do I zoom in? Video settings. Zoom to fill. Perfect. Okay. All right, so I'm going to back this up. All right, so, and you see it crawling when he zooms in past Katrina. Keep your eyes on this section here, okay? Keep your eyes on this section here. I really hope this isn't my head messing with me, but wow, okay. It's right here. It's right here, okay? Just watch this area. And I think if you darken wherever you're watching right now, if you dim the lights, it pops a little more. But there it is.
What? Hold on.
Where are you hearing it from, Rob?
What?
Ho!
What are you looking at, Rob?
And Nick, move! For fuck's sake, move!
Where?
He was standing right in front of it.
I can't see you. What?
Oh my God. Pip, was that what you were talking about? I fell asleep. Everyone else saying I fell asleep. Did I miss something? Yeah, you did. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I can zoom in anymore. There's the mini player, more options. Video settings, zoom to fill, video enhancements. Okay, yeah. Let's see what I can do with video enhancements.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
We'll import the media. I know where it is, so no big deal. And then we can watch it on this screen. We'll be able to see it on this screen together. And I'll have a little more ability to, play around with it, lighten it up. Okay. So open this up. Drag the media in there to come. Yeah, okay. All right, so let me go to. Here we go. That's 200. 800. Okay. And now I'm going to go to video effects, adjust, and let's go with, I want to try to go with something simple because invert. No, I don't want to invert. Nor do I want a color correction. Distort, generate image control. Nope. Immersive video keying. What? Oh. It's nope, this is as good as it's going to get. Okay, so then we're going to go with levels. We're going to go with levels, so I'm going to drop this in. Sorry, I know I'm doing that thing where I talk to myself. I know. And then... okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so I'm brightening it up. I really hope this works. Otherwise they're going to be like, well, T just had an aneurysm on stream. We don't know what happened, but there you go. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're going to try this again.
What? Hold on.
Where are you hearing it from, Ralph?
What?
Right there. Right there. And if you're curious, hold on. I know exactly what I need to do. I've got full body chills right now. Holy Hannah. Okay. I'm just going to put this circle here. And let's see. Turn off fill, turn on stroke. Yeah. And bless this cameraman because he captured it. I think if that was a producer crawling on the floor, it would be brighter. Yeah, I agree, hon. I agree. All right, so we're going to take it from the top again.
What?
Right there.
Hold on.
Where are you hearing it from, Ralph?
What?
Sweet crap!
What are you looking at, Rob?
Sweet crap! And here's the thing where if this is faked, then Nick Groff should get a fucking Academy Award for stepping in front and going, what is it, Rob? What is it, Rob? What is it? Oh my God. Okay. And I'm going to go even one step further. Welcome to the wonderful world of working with video. I'm going to go one step further and I'm going to do this. We're going to cut this clip. All right. I'm also going to do this just to remove any kind of bias. I'm taking out the sound. I'm taking out the sound completely. I am slowing this down. Well, now you know, Arelis, why I really want to go to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I think after seeing this clip, Pip will be like, hell no. She'll probably be like, oh, hell nah. Hell nah. You white boys, you go do that thing on your own. Hell nah. Yeah, actually, you'll notice too, when Nick Groff steps away, you'll actually see it walk away. Might change my mind. I want to see Doug there. Oh my God. I'm thinking now, Bonnie, if something like this is happening at Trans-Allegheny, I honestly think I should be fair to him and have him work up to this. Okay, so what I've done, everybody, is I have slowed this down to 50% and I've taken out the audio. So now we can just focus on, could that be Doug? It could be somebody that Doug has in his basement. It could be somebody Doug has in his basement. But I've taken the clip down to 50%. We have no sound now. So you know where to look, right down here, crawling down to the basement, yeah, or crawling from the basement. But you know where to look right here. It starts up here. The form, I think, starts up here, but it's in this area. And we're just going to hit play. It's right there. It's right there. It's almost like you're looking at a sonic. Then it takes now. If this is pareidolia, no, that's not pareidolia. That is not pareidolia because it's moving. It is physically sliding away. And then when Groff steps back, I think the leg is still visible. No, it's gone. It's gone after that. Wow. Wow, that's okay. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to watch the entire clip. I want to watch the clip in its entirety. At the end, it does look snake-like. No, what it looks like, hon, it looks like someone that is, because remember, they did the same kind of weird shit that they did at Waverly. They did. They had the hydrotherapy and all that crap. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna zoom out again, or fit the screen. Actually, I'm gonna fit the screen. Pip, my heart is going a mile a minute. It's going a mile a freaking minute. Okay.
What? Hold on.
Where are you hearing it from, Ralph?
What?
It really pops now. It really pops now. Where were they at this point? Local is a very active chatter. Malnutrition. Well, no. Some of them might have been malnourished. Some of them may have been abused by the staff. But I mean, honestly, this looks like one of the figures you saw in the expose that closed down Penhurst Asylum. Because that's not where I want to go. I'm trying to remember if they're on the third floor. They're either on the third or the fourth floor. I want to say they're on the third floor. We've got paranormal activity. We've got the paranormal lockdown episode. We can always look at it, but let's go on ahead. Let's do this. And it's right there. It's right there next to Katrina's head, and then it starts moving. It's like it's sitting up, then it flops down, and it starts slithering away.
What?
Sweet shit! It's actually manifesting right there.
Where are you looking at?
Look at the. And I mean, and look, if like I said, if Groff is faking this shit, he is like Paul Newman level fucking Academy Award actor. I mean, because he's clueless. I don't think this is faked. I do not think this is faked.
Where? What?
Back there,
Can't see you. What?
thought I saw something move across that back wall. It's like a slow
I can't see.
shape.
Show us where.
Horizontal. Come here.
Keep
My
going.
heart's racing right now. I don't even know what that was.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Seeing Rob shaking, telling me what he's seen on the camera, it's literally freaking me out because I can't see it with my own eyes. We're in pitch darkness, but only Rob can.
By the way, this is a pretty good show. Paranormal Lockdown and Paranormal Lockdown UK, pretty good shows. I wasn't the biggest fan of Paranormal State, where Katrina got her start, but this is it's not Portals to Hell good, but it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Rob will be worthy. All three of them should have gotten Actors of the Year because Katrina is a no. At least from what I've seen of Katrina is a no bullshit kind of gal. So yeah.
See
Anyway,
it on these high definition cameras.
Where did you see it, Rob? Point out.
and that was what. Yeah, he saw it there, and it literally slithered through that doorway, or just kind of dragged itself out of the doorway.
Yeah.
But this is the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. All kinds of shit is there. And it's a dark place. It's a beautiful facility, but it is dark. There is darkness there. And I don't know why I want to go there, but I really want to go there, especially after visiting it.
Like right there.
I'm right here.
I want to say it's on the third floor.
It had shape. It wasn't just like a mist.
But it wasn't
No.
human? It didn't have like a figure?
Shaking right now. I don't know what I just saw.
Talk to us. What are you talking about?
So we were looking down that way. I thought I heard something in my ear, footsteps back there. And then as I zoomed in on you guys, my focus went to that back wall. And at that very last second, it's like I thought, like almost like a large snake or lizard or something just kind of slithered past.
Do you have the monitor on you? Can we play it back? Can we play it back?
Yeah, let's play it back. Watch back here. And that's when I heard something. Because you could tell it's focused all over the place. I don't even know what I'm doing. Now watch. Right there.
What the is that?
It's like, that's why I said.
I saw legs. And he thought it was like a snake. But I think it was that whole thing. It looked like somebody was crawling away using just their arms. And and you got to remember this too. They're watching this in pitch freaking darkness. This is an IR camera. This is IR light they're seeing. So they're able to, again, making it a little darker. Things pop a little harder on screen. So
Yeah. I'm shaking right now just looking at it. You good? Here, so watch.
okay, now this is their replay.
And it's right here that I noticed that it's moving. Right across, right to left.
Wow.
And now it's gone.
And then Nick steps in front and then steps away. I'm thinking more not paralyzed. It could have been, it could be a number of things. It could be a number of things, Bonnie. It could be malnutrition. It could be abuse. It could be a lot of different stuff. Because one of the other things is they didn't just put in Trans-Allegheny, they didn't just have people with mental deficiencies. There were also people in there that were mentally unstable, mentally criminal. What's the word I'm looking for? They were criminally insane. Maybe that's the better word. Oh, no, stop it, Aurelius. Remember, and what I say in response to that is not all places are like Trans-Allegheny. Granted, for every one Linville Manor, you got 2 Trans-Alleghenies. That's the way I look at it.
What was that?
We're asking the same thing. Yeah, there it is. That was what we saw. That was where I was pointing.
It just,
That's
like,
crazy.
It literally.
That is fucking crazy.
What's weird too is that it's like it's there the whole time. It's just hanging out, and then it was like.
Rob, I've never seen anything like that.
So there's something in the middle of the floor, right? Is that what I'm seeing?
That's what it looks like. There's some white blob. And then when he gets close on me, he's focusing on me, and then like right after that, it starts to move.
It's just like a shadow hanging out behind him.
Holy shit. And solid too. I mean, see, now here's the thing. And again, I'm sure if Alex was here, she would be like, well, T, pareidolia. And that's when I pop her in the mouth. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. No, that's not what I would do. But she would say pareidolia it's your mind making things fit and making things go into certain spots. And it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Your mind really works hard to put the pieces together. Now, and I would be out of there. Now, Twitch Mom can attest to this. Pareidolia is more attuned to faces. Well, it's attuned to faces. Yes, it's attuned to faces, but it's also attuned. I mean, we were suffering. If you remember, Han, we were convinced that we thought we saw shadows moving up and down on the carriage house at the Balladary Inn, right? We were convinced of that. And then I took the IR camera, pointed it up towards the carriage house, and when we saw it in playback, nothing was moving. But in this case, this is an industry level IR camera, and it's picking up something moving. They said it looked like a lizard, and it's an abandoned hotel. No, it's not an abandoned hotel. It's an abandoned lunatic asylum. But the other thing that's worth noting is you see, and I don't mind backing this up a bit. You see the movement really pop there. But where it's super convincing for me is this. All right. So I'm gonna back up even further. This is one of those times where I hate working in video because I know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna try to brighten this up even more. Okay, but what I want to point out is this: you see the wall here, right? You see the wall here, and then you see the floor. Okay, so the wall's up here, floor is here. You see light, and then there's the black of the floor. When this thing starts moving, you don't see that black. It is blocked by something lighter. With the distance between them, it would be bigger than your average lizard. It'd be the size of a freaking small alligator, I think. It's definitely not a raccoon. It's definitely not a raccoon. All right. So before we play it back, no lie, hon, no lie. I'm wide awake right now. Okay, so I'm going to push this up to 100. All right, I'll push it up even further. I'm going to push this up even further. Okay. All right.
You just like
Shit, you really see it now.
slivers.
What's weird too?
Holy
it's
hen in
there
a
the whole
freaking
time.
handbasket.
It's just hanging out, and then it was like,
Rob, I've never seen anything like that.
So there's something in
See,
the
look,
middle of the
right
floor.
next to Katrina's head.
Is that what I'm
It's
saying?
right there.
That's what it looks like. There's some white blob. And then when he gets close on me, he's focusing on me.
And you
then,
see
like,
the
right after that,
arm.
it starts to move. It's just like a shadow hanging out.
Oh
behind
my
us, and then it
God!
slithers away.
It's definitely not an animal, right?
Okay, this is a frame by frame. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right. And then to push the envelope even further here, because welcome to the Grim Gazette. Let's zoom in it, shall we? Because technology. Okay, here we go.
He gets close on me. He's focusing on me, and then like right after that, it starts to move. It's just like a shadow hanging.
It's dragging itself. Yeah, it's dragging itself. Well, honey, that's what you do. That's what credible paranormal investigators do. That's what credible paranormal investigators do. Now, again, paranormal investigators also do what I'm about to do here. When you zoom in, chat, you do see that the now this is at 800%, and of the original recording, okay, and it's you see the patches of it's the camera is also trying to compensate for the shadows and things like that. That's how digital cameras work. You know, they're like, okay, if I can't figure out what's here, I'm going to create pixels of what I think is here or what I'm sensing is here. But this is
Focusing on me, and then like right
that's
after
a
that,
whole
it
different
starts to
level.
move. It's just like a shadow hanging out behind us, and then it slithers away.
It just it
Definitely not
drags
an
itself
animal,
away.
right?
no, because we
Yeah, it is. They take care of that's the other thing too. Would there be any chance a kid just got in? No, because one of the differences between like what Project Fear is doing, for example, and what we do as a YouTube channel versus this is the Travel Channel / Discovery Plus. This is Paranormal Lockdown. They have a crew that come in and make sure that there are no stragglers. I mean, that was one of the things that they were saying about Project Fear, or what Project Fear said about the difference between when there was Destination Fear and Project Fear. With Destination Fear, they had a team that they could send out like a week beforehand or 2 weeks beforehand, and they could just They could sweep the place, make sure that there was no stragglers, no squatters. They could just clear out the place. And they said, Dakota and the crew all said, now it's just us. So we're on high alert at all times. And I think that happened in their first season as Project Fear. They were at a place, I want to say in Michigan, or if not Michigan, Indiana. And it was like a nursing home facility, and it had underground tunnels. And they thought they heard something in the underground tunnels. They went down there, and they found like someone was living down there. Like there was a glass and a toothbrush and dentures and things like that. And they were like, somebody's here. And they were like, we need to get out of here. Oh, okay. Okay. Bonnie, okay. Well, Mazel Tov. Okay, Bonnie, we're good. Because I was going to say, can we use another term, Bonnie, instead of that? But if you're good. You're good. Mazel Tov. L'chaim. Says the Southern Christian kid. But anyway, no, not bad for Goyim. But what I was going to say was that, Project Fear now have to double as their own security. And but this, they had a crew. They had a crew that'd probably go in and do a sweep. Also, Trans-Allegheny, one of the things that Pip and I noticed, it's very clean. It's a very clean, organized place, which means, one, they must have high security and make sure that when they lock that place up, if anybody trips, they have high security at Pennhurst. If any of the cameras pick up any kind of movement, the first people that are alerted are not the Pennhurst facility owners and managers and staff. It's the Philadelphia Police Department. And so they take security very seriously at Pennhurst. And when you see my video from Pennhurst, parts of Pennhurst are in pretty good shape. Other parts, not so much. But, you would understand that if they've got that kind of security for Pennhurst, the security here has got to be off the charts because it's a beautiful facility. It's a beautiful facility. My granddad's like 100% Jewish, but I'm the only kind of Jewish because my mom converted before I was born, but I'm Christian. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, you're playing both sides of the fence. It's fine. It's good. You're hedging your bets. It's okay. All right, let's get back to this. Whew, okay.
You would have heard it.
Yeah, exactly. It can't be an animal.
You would have heard it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If it had been an animal, they would have heard it. Similar to what Arelis and I would see on Paranormal Quest.
We weren't that far away from it.
And even if
And yo, how you doing there, Adam? How you doing, Adam? I got to see that one more time. That was just nuts.
There goes, oh my God.
Whoa.
It just it literally, it slithers.
Like near the end,
too,
it's
that
just
it's there the
pulling
whole time.
itself.
It's just hanging out. And then it was like,
Rob, I've never seen anything like that.
So there's something in the middle of the floor, right? Is that what I'm seeing?
That's what it looks like. There's some white blob. And then when he gets close on me, he's focusing on me, and then right after that, it starts to move. It's just like a shadow hanging out behind us, and then it slithers away.
It's definitely not an animal, right?
no, because we would have heard it.
Yeah, they would have heard it. They would have definitely heard it. Is that game Helldivers?
Yeah, exactly. It can't be an animal.
We would have heard it. We weren't that far away from it.
And even if it was an animal,
Oh,
what kind of
you're one of the few
animal
people
is
I know that are
human?
digging Suicide Squad. Good on you.
With no sound?
That,
Yeah, that's the other thing. It was
Whatever that is.
the way it pulled itself, the way it dragged across the floor. You would have heard that shit. You would have heard that. Okay, I'm gonna do that for the treated. I'm gonna do that for the treated one right here. I'm gonna go back here, go and make that 75. All right. So without the stingers and without the music and everything. Is that Pip? No, it isn't. Oh, that's okay. All right. So again, I've slowed this down to 50%. I've taken out the audio. Okay, there's the blob. It's at this point you actually see when he zooms in on it, you see the definition you see like the arm and the leg. Right there. Right there. Oh, wow. I really hope you guys are seeing this. That's just nuts. And they would have heard that. The way it was moving, they would have heard that. Whew. And you know what? After this, they spent the night. They spent the night at different points in Trans-Allegheny. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something straight up, everybody. I'm just going to tell you something straight up. Oh, did you just see what we were looking at there, Adam? Or is that a reaction to after they? Yeah. Now, here's the thing, and I get it. I get it. For Paranormal Lockdown, I get it. For Paranormal Lockdown, I get it. You know what I mean? They're gonna do the thing where they spend the night because that was what happened when I was out with West Virginia Paranormal or WV Para on WV Para on YouTube. Please give them a follow because they're closing in on 1,500. We actually hooked up with them through Phil when he interviewed them. He interviewed them during his first season of Don't Turn Around. And then the guys at West Virginia Paranormal reached out to Phil and said, hey, would you guys be up for going to Waverly with us? And we were like, oh, wow. I mean, because Phil had mentioned that's on my wish list and we should do it. We should do it. So it fell through. But then they called us back. And Phil called me and said, T, I want you to hear this out. There's a the deal with Waverly has and why Phil, a guy from Connecticut, sounds more southern than me, I will never figure out. But he goes, yeah, the deal with Waverly has fallen through. And I said, oh, that's too bad. He goes, but the guys at West Virginia want us to go someplace else. It's a new place just opened up. It's called Crescent SCI. And we'd be doing it for 12 hours. What do you think? And I said, yeah, let's go for it. That was a crazy night. It was a crazy, crazy night, chat. And then we teamed up with them. And for season 3's finale, the bunch of us, West Virginia Paranormal and Old Spirits, we went to the old hospital on College Hill. And they're just good guys. They are really good guys. So I love them. I love them dearly. Anyway, so yeah, give them some love. West Virginia Paranormal over on YouTube. We've been talking about reuniting with them and doing Trans-Allegheny, just trying to find something to get to. I've got to get to Trans-Allegheny now. But that was some crazy stuff, everybody. Okay, so official thoughts from OSI. That's some fucked up shit. Or I could just do it. I could just edit it this way. That's some. Wait. Here we go. That's some fucked up shit. There you go. Fucked shit. Is that proof of the paranormal? I don't know. But, and on that note, we should wrap up this issue of the Grim Gazette. Thank you all so very much for getting freaked out with me. I hope you all enjoyed that because I sure did in a weird way. I mean, I know they said that they saw it, but man, that was... And again, I think it helped that when I dimmed the lights around here, everything just kind of popped. Everything just kind of popped. But thank you all very much for being here with me. And thank you all for enjoying the content that I create every Tuesday live here on Twitch, where we explore weird news, where we explore the paranormal, and we just do a deep dive into some things that may or may not be for reals. But tonight, I think we can safely say that Nick Groff and Katrina Weidman, they delivered. On that note, thank you for being here. Until next week,